It is often said that we are what we eat, but for those of us navigating the complexities of health over the age of 65, the reality is far more nuanced and potentially dangerous. You may be surprised to learn that consuming the wrong kinds of vegetables on a daily basis can significantly impair your immune system, hasten the aging of your brain, and even compromise your physical mobility, particularly your leg strength and stability. While we have been taught since childhood that all vegetables are inherently beneficial, numerous research studies involving tens of thousands of older persons conducted over many years and published in the Journal of Gerontology support a more cautious approach. Many popular vegetables may appear innocuous at first glance, but some can induce silent inflammation, damage the tiny blood vessels in your legs, make walking more difficult, and significantly raise your risk of falls, which remain the #1 cause of fatal injuries among adults over 65. Iron, hope, and in this comprehensive guide, I will provide you with clear and evidence-based advice on which 3 vegetables you must eat daily to keep your intellect sharp and your mobility strong, as well as which 3 vegetables you should avoid to safeguard your health. We will explore the startling truth about common kitchen staples that may be subtly undermining your independence without you ever noticing. The aging process brings a natural decline in the body's resilience, making the nutritional choices we make at the dinner table more impactful than ever before. As our biological systems change, certain compounds found in common plants can either act as a powerful medicine or a silent saboteur. Over the next 30 minutes, we will break down the complex relationship between phytonutrients and the senior body. We will begin by examining the natural armor of broccoli and how its chemical makeup protects against the calcification of arteries. We will then move to the secret vigor provided by spinach, specifically its role in enhancing blood flow to the brain and muscles. Third, we will uncover the unsung role of carrots in maintaining neuromuscular coordination to prevent life-altering falls. However, the second half of our journey is perhaps even more critical. We must address the hidden dangers of the nightshade family, specifically why the eggplant can be a disaster for joint comfort. We will reveal why the seemingly healthy green bell pepper may be the unseen source of your chronic inflammation. Finally, we will dismantle the myth of the white potato as a safe comfort food, explaining how its high glycemic index erodes the very stability seniors need to stay upright and active. Each meal is an investment in your future, and every mouthful is a vote for either struggle or strength. By the end of this presentation, you will have a complete blueprint for navigating the produce aisle with the precision of a clinical researcher and the wisdom of experience. The stakes are incredibly high because after age 65, even minor fractures or a slight loss in balance can lead to long-term mobility issues that strip away your freedom. When the body no longer moves with ease, feelings of helplessness and loneliness often begin to creep in, leading to a profound decline in overall well-being. This is why understanding the mechanism of harm in certain vegetables and the evidence-based solutions in others is not just a dietary matter. It is a meaningful act of self-respect. We are looking for more than just a longer life. We are looking for a more fulfilling, independent, and connected existence. Let us begin this investigative journey into the science of senior vitality, starting with the one vegetable that serves as your body's most potent living armor. In the vast landscape of nutrition for those over 65, one vegetable stands as a silent but potent ally on the path to aging well. Broccoli. To the senior body, Broccoli is far more than just a side dish. It is a form of living armor, meticulously crafted by nature to safeguard the body's most critical systems during a period when natural resilience begins to wane. The secret to this vegetable's extraordinary power lies in a specific phytochemical known as sulforaphane. This compound is a formidable protector against chronic inflammation, which is widely recognized by the medical community as one of the primary silent drivers of the aging process. When we talk about inflammation in the context of senior health, we are not just talking about occasional redness or swelling. We are talking about a persistent internal fire that slowly weakens muscles, degrades joints, damages blood vessels, and can even impair cognitive function over time. Every serving of broccoli you consume is essentially a calculated investment in your lifespan. Sulforaphane works by activating specific cellular pathways that help the body cleanse itself of toxic substances and bolster its internal defenses against environmental stressors. Beyond its anti-inflammatory properties, broccoli is a nutritional powerhouse containing high concentrations of vitamin K, calcium, and a diverse array of antioxidants. These nutrients are particularly vital for maintaining cardiovascular health and bone density in older adults. As we pass the age of 65, our bones naturally become more brittle, and even a minor fracture can lead to a cascade of long-term mobility challenges. The unique nutritional profile of broccoli helps strengthen the skeletal structure while simultaneously protecting the arteries against calcification, a common complication associated with aging. Perhaps the most compelling argument for making broccoli a daily staple is its direct benefit to our literal foundation, the legs and feet. Research has indicated that sulforaphane plays a role in enhancing peripheral circulation, ensuring that the tissues in the lower extremities remain well-nourished and responsive. Improved circulation translates directly into stronger, more steady steps, fewer issues with balance, and a reduced risk of complications related to conditions like diabetes. When you choose broccoli, you are making a daily decision to move forward with greater confidence and physical power. However, as a physician, I must emphasize that the method of preparation is just as important as the vegetable itself. To preserve the potent sulforaphane concentration and ensure optimal digestion, broccoli should be lightly steamed for only a few minutes. Boiling this vegetable until it is soft and mushy can unfortunately eliminate many of the amazing qualities that make it so beneficial. You should aim for your broccoli to be vibrant green, slightly firm, and full of life when it reaches your plate. For any senior looking to maintain an independent and fulfilling life, a simple cup of properly prepared broccoli is not just a meal. It is a profound expression of self-respect and optimism for a healthy future. As we move forward, we will look at another green powerhouse that fuels the very muscles and mental clarity required for daily activities. During the complex journey of aging well, some foods subtly transform into indispensable allies, and spinach is perhaps the most potent among them. While it is frequently overlooked or dismissed as a simple salad green, spinach is actually one of the most powerful restorative plants that seniors over 65 can include on their daily table. The true strength of this humble leafy green lies in its abundance of natural nitrates, which significantly improve blood flow throughout the entire body, with a specific focus on the muscles and the brain. This influence has a profoundly transformational effect on the elderly because circulation tends to deteriorate with age, often depriving vital muscles of the oxygen and nutrients they need to function. This deprivation is a leading cause of the lethargy, sluggish reflexes, and cognitive fog that many seniors mistakenly believe are just unavoidable parts of getting older. Spinach acts as a direct countermeasure to this vascular decline by naturally enlarging the blood vessels and enhancing overall vascular flexibility. When blood flow is optimized through these mechanisms, the muscles, particularly those in the legs and feet, maintain their strength and responsiveness. This gives seniors the invaluable gift of freedom and movement, allowing for a more active and engaged lifestyle. Beyond the clear circulatory advantages, spinach serves as a fantastic source of lutein and folate, two nutrients that are critical for supporting memory, processing speed, and overall mental clarity. Clinical observations and studies have shown that seniors who consume higher levels of lutein have noticeably better cognitive function than those who do not. It is no hyperbole to suggest that eating a small handful of spinach every day can help protect the honor of a healthy body and a bright mind against the encroaching forces of time. The protective nature of spinach extends even further to one of our most precious and vulnerable senses, our eyesight. Spinach contains high levels of lutein and zeaxanthin, which directly support the macula of the eye and significantly lower the risk of age-related macular degeneration. This condition is the leading cause of vision loss in the elderly, making spinach a primary line of defense for maintaining independence. By preserving sight, spinach maintains a senior's capacity to read, drive, identify loved ones, and navigate the world safely. As we have discussed with other vegetables, preparation is key to unlocking these benefits. To ensure that these valuable nutrients are preserved, spinach should be lightly sautéed or blended into smoothies, which also makes it much easier for the aging digestive system to process. Overcooking spinach can cause much of what makes this leaf so remarkable to be lost, from the vigor in your step to the clarity in your thoughts, and the very gleam in your eyes. Spinach is a protector of energy in every way. A modest daily portion can have a significant impact on safeguarding numerous facets of life that are too frequently overlooked as we age. While spinach strengthens the body and mind, we must also look at another vibrantly colored root vegetable that provides a secret weapon for the balance and coordination required to stand upright every day. Some of the most potent allies we can encounter as we progress through the later stages of life are not the most ostentatious or exotic, but rather the most basic natural treasures, such as the humble carrot, for the senior soul that wants to live a long, independent, and connected existence. Carrots are much more than just a tasty, gratifying crunch. They are the unsung guardians of life, balance, and vision. Carrots are abundantly rich in beta-carotene, precursor to vitamin that is absolutely vital for keeping good vision. This is crucial for elders since independence is frequently and subtly determined by the quality of one's vision. When you maintain good vision, you are able to appreciate much more than simply the fine lines of a loved one's face or the hues of a sunset. You are preserving the very foundation of your safety. Good sight protects against hazardous falls, permits safe driving, and maintains the honor of boldly traversing the globe. The evidence supporting the carrot's role in vision is robust and long-standing. According to research, taking beta-carotene regularly helps delay the beginning of age-related macular degeneration, which, as we have noted, is the main cause of visual loss in people over 65. Every vivid orange root holds the promise of a better, safer future. However, the protective shield offered by carrots extends far beyond the eyes. They also act as vital protectors of neuromuscular coordination and balance. The antioxidants found in carrots support the integrity of blood vessels and neurons, two sometimes disregarded aspects of senior vitality. These antioxidants keep the messages traveling from the brain to the feet dependable and quick by supporting both a healthy sensory system and strong legs. Carrots provide the prerequisites for taking powerful, steady steps. Furthermore, carrots provide significant support for metabolic health, which is a key pillar of aging well. Their high fiber content aids with digestion, lowers cholesterol, and stabilizes blood sugar levels. These are three main health pillars that frequently deteriorate with age, and maintaining them is essential. It is important to realize that maintaining good blood sugar levels is about much more than just avoiding diabetes. It is about safeguarding the blood flow to your limbs, protecting nerve function, and ensuring your ability to walk, dance, and live life to the fullest. When blood sugar is managed, the risk of neuropathy and circulatory issues in the feet is greatly diminished, which is a major factor in maintaining senior independence. To reap the maximum health advantages from this vibrant root, carrots are best consumed fresh or mildly steamed. Fresh carrots are naturally sweet, making them a pleasant addition to almost any meal plan. Eating 1 or 2 carrots a day, whether grated into a salad, sliced into a snack, or blended into a smoothie, may seem like a small gesture, but over time it creates a significant layer of protection. This protection wraps around your senses, your heart, and the very feet that propel you forward in life. While we have focused on the promise and protection of these beneficial vegetables, we must now turn our attention to the hidden hazards present in many kitchens. Several vegetables that appear innocuous can subtly weaken the very legs that support your independence, reduce your strength, and even affect your circulation. We must identify these silent saboteurs to ensure your mobility remains intact. As we age, we must make more thoughtful and cautious decisions, because even the smallest dietary choices can have a major impact on our independence, health, and quality of life. Standing out among the foods that seniors should be particularly cautious about is the eggplant. This vegetable is a hidden danger to comfort and mobility, not because it is overtly toxic, but because of the subtle harm it can bring to the internal organs, especially the joints and legs that support our freedom. On the surface, the eggplant appears to be a harmless, healthy choice, as it is rich in color, low in calories, and high in fiber. However, hidden beneath its glossy exterior is a compound called solanine, a natural chemical defense that can be quite harsh on the aging body. It has been demonstrated that solanine causes inflammation in sensitive individuals, specifically targeting the muscles, joints, and connective tissues for seniors over 65 who are already susceptible to arthritis. Nerve sensitivity, or muscular stiffness. This secret substance can subtly exacerbate pain and lead to a scary loss of mobility. The harm is not limited to simple discomfort. Low-level, persistent inflammation in the legs can weaken the muscles, decrease blood flow, and impair the delicate neuromuscular coordination required for safe and steady walking. This is a critical concern because unnoticed weakness accumulates over time, making your steps unclear and causing the simple pleasure of walking outside or crossing a room with assurance to fade. The consequences of consuming eggplant frequently can be far-reaching for a senior's lifestyle. Losing your balance, experiencing a fall, or dealing with chronic joint pain takes a significant emotional toll in addition to the physical damage. When the body no longer moves with ease, feelings of helplessness and loneliness frequently start to sneak in, meaning this seemingly innocuous vegetable can subtly lead to a much more profound decline in your overall well-being. It is important to understand that methods of preparation do not significantly mitigate this risk. Whether baked, grilled, or stewed, the solanine in eggplant remains a threat if eaten frequently. For seniors working to preserve their independence, stability, and mobility, there are much safer and healthier veggie options available. Although not everyone will experience immediate symptoms after eating eggplant, the risks is simply too great to overlook for people over 65, whose bodies are inherently less resilient than they once were. Protecting your joints and muscles from silent saboteurs like these is the first step in preserving your ability to walk, dance, and stand tall. But eggplant is only the first hazard we must address. Other popular and colorful vegetables contain substances that can subtly irritate and deplete your body, endangering not just your physical vigor, but your mental clarity as well. We must now look at the common green bell pepper and why it might be hastening the aging process from within. Every meal has the silent potential to either help or hurt during the prime years of life, frequently in ways that the body only gradually becomes aware of. Green bell peppers, which are colorful, familiar, and frequently lauded for their crisp flavor, are among the most misleading meals for seniors. However, beneath their upbeat exterior is a more complex tale that requires consideration from everyone committed to preserving their health and vigor. As members of the nightshade family, green bell peppers are naturally rich in lectins, which are complex proteins that can attach to the intestinal lining and interfere with the absorption of vital nutrients. This becomes a quiet concern for elderly people whose immunological and digestive systems may already be more compromised due to the natural aging process. Lectins can cause a low-grade chronic inflammation that is frequently undetectable at first, but it gradually erodes blood vessel function, neuron resilience, and joint health. All of these factors are essential for preserving strength, mobility, and balance as we age. Stiffness in the ankles, tingling in the toes, and a feeling of instability when walking that was not present previously are some of the initial minor symptoms of this concealed inflammation that many seniors experience. When this inflammation gradually worsens, it can lower the blood supply to the legs and feet, impairing feeling, weakening muscles, and significantly raising the chance of falls. This is particularly alarming because falls are one of the biggest threats to the health and independence of those over 65. The irony of this situation is particularly painful for many older folks. A vegetable that is frequently picked in the name of health and nutrition may actually be stoking the very flames of decline that they are working so hard to put out. Even worse, compared to their red, orange, or yellow ripened cousins, green peppers have significantly fewer concentrated antioxidants. This implies that you lose out on many preventive advantages and are instead burdened by their inflammatory potential. While the lectin concentration can be somewhat decreased by cooking them, is best for elderly people who already have cardiovascular problems, arthritis, or digestive sensitivities to limit or stay away from green bell peppers completely. Numerous other vegetables can be substituted for them without causing apparent harm because they are safer, higher in antioxidants, and kinder to aging systems. Just as powerful as deciding what to eat is deciding what not to consume. Making small, sensible choices at every meal is the first step in safeguarding your strength, mobility, and even your mental health. However, there are other hidden culprits besides green peppers and eggplants. There is another vegetable, common, lowly, and adored all over the country that might be doing much more damage to your heart, legs, and freedom of movement. We must now examine the white potato and the shocking reality of how it may be weakening you from the inside out. Few foods are more ingrained in the American culinary landscape than white potatoes, whether they are mashed at family holiday meals, transformed into golden fries, or baked warm as a side to a hearty meal. They evoke a powerful sense of familiarity and tradition. However, this well-known staple can subtly undermine the very stability and strength that are so important for aging successfully in seniors over 65. There is a perilous reality beneath their comfortable appearance that every older adult should understand. Due to their high content of simple carbohydrates, white potatoes quickly raise blood sugar levels immediately after consumption. Even while the initial effect of eating a potato might seem innocuous or even enjoyable, the long-term effects of these blood sugar spikes are far from beneficial. Frequent spikes in blood sugar cause the body to become chronically inflamed, which puts significant stress on the fragile blood vessels that supply the brain, legs, and feet. Seniors are particularly vulnerable to this because their circulatory systems are already more susceptible to damage. This process can lead to longer recovery times, a loss of sensation in the extremities, and a gradual weakening that impairs overall mobility without much prior notice. However, blood sugar is not the only risk factor at play here. Research has linked white potatoes and other high glycemic meals to arteriosclerosis, which is the progressive hardening of the arteries. When the arteries become less flexible, blood flow to the lower extremities deteriorates. This often results in symptoms such as cold feet, cramping, numbness, and general instability when standing. These seemingly minor pains can quickly turn into major dangers for a senior. Reduced circulation and inflammation lead to a higher risk of falling, a slower rate of injury healing, and a loss of autonomy that has a profound effect on one's physical and mental well-being. Even the reassuring custom of preparing potatoes has unspoken risks. The extra butter, cream, and salt used in many traditional potato recipes exacerbate their already significant negative impact on heart health. A single plate of potatoes has the power to subtly undermine the positive effects of medication and good habits for seniors who are managing high blood pressure, diabetes, or cardiovascular disease. When compared to other root vegetables, white potatoes are also significantly deficient in protective nutrients. They provide minimal protection against the oxidative stress that speeds up aging at the cellular level. This is a missed opportunity for nourishment, in contrast to the vivid colors of sweet potatoes or carrots, which are bursting with antioxidants. Seniors who choose white potatoes lose out on a vital chance to safeguard their bodies from the inside out. You do not have to give up warmth or comfort to avoid white potatoes. Rather, It entails making decisions that respect the body's requirement for consistent energy. Robust circulation and strong muscles. These are the very qualities that maintain independence and happiness as we age. We will now conclude by looking at how these small, daily decisions form the ultimate blueprint for your vitality. As we enter the later stages of life, it becomes evident that real strength is derived from the little decisions we make every day, often without even understanding how significant they are. Protecting the legs that carry us, the heart that keeps us going, and the intellect that defines us means picking the proper veggies and avoiding the hidden risks in foods we are accustomed to. These choices are no longer merely dietary issues. They are meaningful acts of respect for ourselves, commemorating the years we have earned and the life have been given. Seeking miracles is not the goal of aging healthily. Instead, it comes down to awareness, constancy, and a readiness to give the body peaceful, committed care. What sensible everyday sustenance provides cannot be replaced by a doctor, medication, or invention. Eating a handful of walnuts, choosing spinach over a riskier green, and putting down white potatoes in favor of more colorful options could all seem like small things. However, these minor details have a big impact on a senior's life, safeguarding their freedom to move about freely, think properly, and live on their own. They safeguard happy times spent with loved ones, adventures taken with friends, and dreams carried out in good health. It is a straightforward yet significant lesson. Each meal is an investment in the future, and each mouthful is a vote for struggle or strength. Although we cannot control every force that comes with growing older, we can support ourselves, respect ourselves, and give ourselves the best chance to live life to the fullest every day that lies ahead, living a stronger, more independent, and happier life as we age is not an impossible task. It is based on love for the life we still have the ability to influence, respect for the body, and consideration for the mind. The purpose of these lessons is to encourage you to live life to the fullest and most genuine. On this path of accepting these realities, we must help one another. I hope you find the courage to implement these changes, allowing you to enjoy living your life as you see fit, with the vigor and clarity you deserve. As we wrap up today's discussion, I want you to take a moment of reflection. True vitality is not found in a single superfood, but in the wisdom to avoid what drains you and the discipline to embrace what builds you. You now hold the blueprint to navigate your kitchen with newfound clinical precision. By swapping out those inflammatory nightshades and high glycemic starches for the nutrient-dense power of broccoli, spinach, and carrots, you are doing more than just eating. You are reclaiming your mobility and your future. Remember, your independence is your most valuable asset. Protect it with every bite. Stand tall in your choices, and continue to pursue a life of strength and clarity.